Well, what's up YouTube? I figured I'd do a quick little video here of my gas tank setup on my 72 C10. This is the rear mount gas tank. As you can see, this right here, that gas tank is an 87 to 90 Jeep Wrangler tank. Fits right between the rails. Yeah, fits in there pretty decent. It's only like 60 bucks for the tank off eBay. I got the sitting unit right here. This is the part number FG03A, and that's for it's like 92 94 S10 Blazer. And if you're wondering why I went S10 Blazer instead of the TPI ones, is because they got threaded fittings. So I got the Earl fittings on there to go to AN, so it makes it easier, so you don't have to cut and buy another fitting to make it work. You know, you have the threaded fittings on these already. So 94 S10 Blazers are threaded. You get the Earl's fittings on there. These are the part numbers for the Earl fittings right here. So I'll just stop right here so you can look at it. And that was the part number for the sender. The fuel pump, you can use whatever fuel pump you like. EP381s are always a good choice for AC Delco. Mine, I got a Kemso whatever's 255 or a 340 Kemso. It is like 30 bucks off eBay with a lifetime warranty. I figured I'd give it a try. I was like, why not? It's just 30 bucks. And, you know, it could go good or bad. I don't care. I was like, if it messes up, I'll go buy an AC Delco EP381 or a Walbro. But I was being cheap, and it's kind of want to get my fuel system done. So everything to make this thing work, you know, it's pretty straightforward, really. It is Wrangler tank, 94 S10 sitting unit, the Earl fittings that I showed you, and then you just have to make a bracket. So this is my bracket right here. I still need to church it up a little bit, paint it, but as you can see, she fits pretty good right there. And of course it's gonna be lowered, so I didn't want to hang too low with a cross member. And the only thing I did was, you can see my brackets. I might put a gusset right there, but this is I think it's like 10 gauge steel right here on those brackets, and I got some angle iron over here, and that's just 2x2 angle iron that I raised up 1/4 of an inch, and then I welded all the way around. And this is just 1-inch bar, 1x1 angle tubing. And the reason I wanted that, I don't have it bolted in or anything, so that way the tank just falls right down into it and hooks it. Plus it gives you a lot of welding area, so that way, say I want to put a bracket right here, I have all this area to weld on, because I was going to do flat bar to make it look a little better, but I kind of like the idea of it kind of floating in there, so that way it won't go anywhere. But I'll probably make a bracket right here, so that way it'll fit down in the corner, and then I'll clamp it down with that, so it'll still be serviceable. Like, I'm probably just take the bolts out right here, and I can just drop the tank. It's just held in by 4 bolts and that, and I would just drop right on down. The wiring, I'm probably still gonna have to, you know, cut. One's, you know, the gauge. I forgot which one's widths here, but one's power and one's gauge, you know, and of course the ground. Pretty simple for that. It's an easy bracket. It took me a while to build because I had to keep going back and forth up to Menards there. And I wanted it to sit right there. It's roughly 2 1/4 inches down from here. As you can see, it's a little bit, I want it to lean a little bit. I think this side's 2 1/4 and that's 2, but I want it to lean this way a little bit just because that's where the baffle's at, and I didn't want the gas, and you're never gonna tell going on the road, the bed's gonna be on here and everything like that, so I wanted the gas to go that way when I'm sitting, so just in case I run out. Another reason is that these guys, to clear the bed mounts, you would have to, I'll put it down just a little bit, so that way this clears the bed. So that's another reason I kind of went a little bit down on there. I still might need a notch because this tube right here, it's hitting a little bit. I guess I could flatten it out if I wanted to, but if I have a piece of angle iron or something, here, I'll grab a bar and I'll show you. Like, this will represent a bed mount, I guess. So there's my 6.0. So if you had the bed on here, and this is just kind of a rough idea here. So as you can see, it's gonna hit just a little bit, you know, since it's all bolted in there. She's hitting, she has a little bit of a gap right there, and it's hitting right there. But all the other ones, you know, or not that bad. So I can probably, you know, get a little room out of it that way. But The only thing you really gotta do is just notch, just like the Blazer tank. Like, so if this was your bed for a cross member, most of the time people would just notch them out anyways to make it work. This one, I'm barely gonna have to notch mine, if anything, how I got mine set up. And that's what I kind of wanted. So I could also just say, screw it, I really don't need this. I could probably just cut this off right around there and then run a hose. And it's just like a breather is all it really is. So it's not nothing too crucial here. So it's just, you can see this guy. Now on the Wrangler tanks, of course the filler neck. Here's a filler neck. It's a 1-inch filler neck, so you have to be sure you get a 1-inch gas line up. So I'm still up in there what I'm going to do here. So still to be determined, but I'm not sure if I'm just going to go straight up to the bed and just have a gas tank right there. You know, it'd be a little bit easier. I don't have to weld anything. Or I was going to get like a boat one. You can buy a boat one with a cap on it that has like a 2-inch bar on it that you could weld to this, and that way I'll have a nice upper one. Then I'll cut my bed and put it down on there. But I don't know if I want to do all that welding and stuff. This tank's fine the way it is. I think I might just do the 1-inch tube to a flat, maybe like a gas door of some sort, so that way I can just get in there. And if anything, if I don't like the tube idea, then I might just weld the, because right here, the reason I gotta, if you can't tell, it's got an all center right here and over here, so that way I had enough room, you know, for gas options. So say I wanted to have like a gas door right here, you know, and I could put the boat one right here, and I can just undo the boat one and get the fuel nozzle right down in there. Or I could, I'm kind of thinking like an S10, like a square body S10 door, just cutting one of those all the way out, and I'll weld that to the bed, so that way I'll have it flap, and then I'll just make that work up in there somehow. That's kind of what I was thinking in my head. Of course, that's to be determined, and I'm not sure that's gonna work yet. So that's, I don't know. There's 100 ways you can go about it here. I would like a rear mount, so I almost thought about, you know, cutting this out, running the tube out this way, and then have a flip down license plate and just do the gas right there. There's a lot of ways you can do it, a lot of options. So at the moment, I'm pretty happy with it. It's cheap. So the Wrangler tank's about 60 bucks. That sending unit, I think I got that off Amazon for 20 bucks. The Kemso pump was like 30. Then each one of those things are like 10 each. So you don't have much compared to most tanks. This is a really cheap alternative. It's a 15-gallon tank. Being an LS, I don't mind. That thing's gonna get better gas mileage than an old 350, so should be plenty. I don't really go on crazy long trips. If I did go across America, I'd just bring a gas can with me. But 15 gallons, and I'm not sure what the gas mileage on that. Roughly, say 12 to 15-ish, probably. It's gonna be a light truck. You know, I'm just pretty sure I get 15 out of it. So, you know, this tank will be plenty. I'll probably get 250 miles a tank or so, and that's plenty. So still need to grind these things down, and then I'll paint it. Probably paint the tank to make it blend in. And you can see what I got going on there. So as you can see, it's decent. You know, you probably won't even tell it was all center, because I didn't tell you, just because, you know, I just want the gas that way. Then if you come up here, all these bars are kind of off center anyway, so you can't really tell. Like, so like this cross member, just from factory goes that way, and so it not a big deal to me. Looks good. You can kind of see from the side here. You can see these small oil brackets. I'm not going to use no straps. If I guess all in all, if I need a strap, I'm just going to weld on a bracket at the back and run a strap down to the back, and then weld a bracket and tighten it up like that. Either which way, I'll just keep this bracket. So there's that. So any questions, let me know. I still have to get my gas lines. I have some nylon braided one that I bought. It's not long enough. I think I got like 15 foot. It's not going to be good enough for me, so I'm just going to go nylon. Nylon or steel braided, it doesn't matter to me, but nylon has its benefits too. So if I go, it's going to be right here, just like a 45. I'm going to go right through that hole right over here. This little hole over there. Just come right down the side of the frame rail, and I'm just going to come right up to here, like where your factory fuel filter, I'm just gonna have like probably an Earl fuel filter or something. I haven't really I really don't care what kind of fuel filter. I'll get some kind of fuel filter right here, and then I have all the factory fuel lines from the intake, and the factory fuel lines come from the back right here. There's 2 of them, and they just come swooping down, all hard lines. Then I have them cut over, and then right here where they cut over, I'll just get like a hard line to AN fitting adapter, and then run that to the filter. So it should look pretty good. It's pretty simple for the line part. You can do hard lines if you want, and you can do all that. It's just easier to run the steel braided. So you can do push lock. Push lock's a little bit more cheaper, but I kind of want to make it look good underneath there too, and church it up when I can. So there you go. You guys have any questions, just let me know. So far so good on this thing, just working slow, getting one thing done at a time. It's a 6.0 Pro IDE. I got the Taha's TJ's mounts on here. I just painted them blue, so these can make you can use your AC mounts. So here they are on there, and so the AC should fit. Well, that's why I bought them, because the AC will fit right there. I might have to cut some of this out, that's what they said. So I might, I'm not the AC yet, so I like to know I have the option there when that time comes. And that's the Taha's cross member right there. That's a 3-inch, or you can put like 3-inch or something. I forgot what it was, with the high rise. And he does awesome work. Looks awesome in there. And this was for like a square body, 73 to 87. And those were those mounts, but these frames are all the same. So and these were the 73 to 87 frame towers here, and I got poly mounts. I just got the black ones just to make it blend in. I don't want to have blue motor with red mounts. It might be looking a little silly, so I just got the black ones in there. And these are, everybody says you have to do all kinds of weird stuff. The only thing that is just bolt these in, and then when I put the motor down, I'd see where it landed, and then I just drilled holes and put the bolts down there to make the 73 to 87s work, because there was a ride up and they're trying to tell you to do all kinds of crazy stuff, but it was literally just put it on there, rest the motor on it, and then where it settled, I just marked the holes, and that's how I did it. And it sits in there fine, and everything lines up good. So it lined up perfect on my cross member. It's straight in line, and you can run it center down the middle of this, and it's perfectly fine. So that's how I did it. So there you guys go. I'm just tinkering here and there. Forgot to show you the gas tank. Since I just got done doing that, hopefully be on the road here in a couple months and have some burnout videos for you boys. So there you go. You guys have a good one. Peace out.